Alrighty. Alrighty, right. Hello, hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good everything. Hopefully you are good for everything. Yeah. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys. Today we are actually going to be doing a paper, grade 8 paper, because grade 8 live today. Grade 8s, none other than the grade 8s. Please, guys, I don't have any answers to any questions that you have about other grades. All I can tell you is that, guys, I have a beautiful YouTube channel. If you want anything that is grade 9 related, grade 10 related, there is an abundance of content that I've done for grade 9 and grade 10s in this platform. It's insane. So what you can do for yourself, do yourself a nice favor. You can this is grade 8. You go out of this link, all right? Go out of this link and then you can go to my homepage. All right, there's a link there on my bio. A link on my bio. Right, if you go there to the link, you click on the link, it will send you to my YouTube channel. On that YouTube channel, guys, there is literally a lot of live lessons I've done for grade 9 that you can check out there. A lot of live lessons that I've done for grade 10 maths paper 1. There's so much there on grade 10 maths paper 1. There's so much that I've done for grade 10 maths paper 2. You can check out there, and then you can check all the others. So please, guys, it's grade 8 that I'm doing now. So may I not get other questions related to other grades, because this is grade 8's time to have an opportunity. Brazilian trade, do you do in grade 14? What the? All right, guys, let's get stuck into this. Okay, so please, if it so happens that in your particular area where you are staying, you'll be writing a paper, and it has name and surname, make it a point that you write your name, okay? And then write the grade as well. Yeah. So for instance, I am in class 8Z. Okay. Yeah. So that's my name. Maths is a game. I'm in class 8Z. Make sure to read the instructions, whatever those instructions may be. Okay. Here in this particular one, question paper consists of 7 questions. Answer all questions. Show all calculations. All right. Answers only will not necessarily be awarded full marks. Okay, so it's not going to help to have answers only in this paper. You need to actually show your working out. You may use any approved scientific calculator, non-programmable and non-graphical, unless stated otherwise. If necessary, round off answers to 2 decimal places, unless stated otherwise. Write neatly and legibly. So please, guys, do carry and bring along your calculators when you do write your papers. Please. All right. Okay, so we are going to be starting shortly. It's just that I needed to find my calculator. Can you please start? Can you please start? Can you please start? Can you please also start? Can you also please start sending some gifts, if you will? Okay, send some gifts if you can. That'd be really appreciated. Okay, let's get started then. seeing as you guys are so eager. All right, let's start here at the top. The first question is, state whether the following statements are true or false. All right, 12 is a factor of 24. True or false? "12 is a factor of 24. True or false? All right, as I see the answers cascade on the comment section, I see a flood of truth and a lack of falseness. So does that then mean I need to oblige with the masses and say the answer is indeed true? Okay, yes guys, you are 100%. It is true. 12 is indeed a factor of 24. All right. Okay, so good job. 100% correct. 100% correct. All right. So let me just do this quickly as a beautiful, quick recognition of the... Very good, guys. Very good. Beautiful. 12 is a factor of 24. Guys, what is a factor? A factor is a number that goes into another number. So for instance, 12 does go into 24. How many times does 12 go into 24? How many times does 12 fit into 24? Let's just figure that one out so that I can be sure that you guys really know that 12 is a factor. How many times does 12 go into 24? It doesn't go in once, guys. Someone said once and someone said 0. Very good. 12 goes into 24 two times. Twice. Okay. Very good to those who said twice. You guys are amazing. You are beautiful. Woo! All right. Let's move on to the next question. Any number divided by 0 is equal to 0. True or false? Any number divided by 0 is equal to 0. True or false? Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh man. Oh man. John. Who is this person now? Who's this John guy? John's not answering. John's not speaking. Guys, if you don't request, if you know you're not going to speak. Okay, guys, the honest truth is that this is false. Okay, let's test it out. Any number divided by 0. So let's say 8. Let's put it on first. 8 divided by 0 is equal... Oh my soul, what is that? Oh my soul, oh my word, what in the world is this calculator doing? Why is 0 not zeroing if it is supposed to be 0? Okay, any number, guys, the important thing here is that they are saying any number divided by 0 is equal to 0. That's false. Okay, by that, guys, they are saying take any number, then take that number and divide it by 0. In other words, it's like saying 5 over 0. 5 divided by 0. Okay, this is not saying 0 divided by any number. Totally different story. Hey, these two things are not the same. 5 divided by 0, we say in maths, is undefined. Okay, any number divided by 0 is undefined. Okay. Rax Moriti, if you divide Mjolo by 0, it will be undivided. Whoa! You are too deep, my guy. You are too deep. Please, we are in the midst of grade 8 here. Grade 8s don't participate in such. So any number divided by 0, guys, please take note. Don't ever forget this. Any number divided by 0 is undefined, okay? Undefined. Undefined. The word is undefined. Any number divided by 0 is undefined. But 0 divided by any number, that is 0. Okay, let's look at the difference, guys. Look at this. Okay, 0 divided by any number, that will give us 0. Look. 9 divided by 0, that will give us 0. No. 9 divided by 0, will that give us 0? No. 8 divided by 0, will that give us 0? No. S divided by 0, will that give us 0? No. Okay, so if we are taking a number and dividing it by 0, it's undefined. But 0 divided by any number, that will give us 0. So let's always take note of the statement. Here, the statement is saying any number divided by 0, meaning that 0 is in the denominator. The 0 in the denominator does not mean the answer is 0. It means the answer is undefined. But if we take 0 and we divide by any number, that is 0. Okay? So let's never, ever, ever confuse this again. There's a difference between this and that. 0 divided by 4 is 0 ntwe. But 4 divided by 0, it is undefined. Now that explains why they say that division is not commutative. Okay? Division is not commutative. In other words, 0 divided by 4 is 0, but if you swap the order and you say 4 divided by 0, it's not going to give you 0, it's going to give you something else. So therefore we say division is not commutative. Okay? I hope you will understand this forever, guys. It's very important. Let's move on. The values that you see on your screen in 1.3 have been written in descending order. We have 0.3, the cube root of 0.001, and 0.2 to the power 3. Have these numbers been written in descending order for sure? True or false? 0.3, the cube root of 0.001, and 0.2 to the power 3. Have these numbers been written in descending order? Descending order, true or false? False or true? Hey. Okay, I see people have said false. Right? I don't see any truths. So does that mean all of us, we are saying false? Are the following numbers in descending order? Meaning, are they going down? Have the following numbers been written in Okay, so let's do this, guys. I see 0.3, ne? Let's figure out what that is. The cube root of 0.01. There it is. I put it in my calculator. Let's press equal. That's 0.1. And then last but not least, 0.2 cubed. 0.2. Okay, that's in brackets. We put that around brackets. We put the power exponent 3. That's 1 over 1 1 over 125, which if I press SD is going to give me 8 times 10 to the power -3, which in essence is basically 0.2 to the power 3. That's simply, or 0.08. Okay, remember scientific notation, 8 times 10 to the power -3. This is like saying 8, we move the comma 3 times to the left, 1, 2, 3. There's the comma, you put the 0, 0.008, 0.008. Is that descending order? Are we going down? You will be surprised. Guys, 0.3, 0.1, 0.008. I think we are actually descending here. So the answer is what, guys? The answer is actually true. All right? So what is this teaching you guys? Please, true or false is not to just be answered just like that. It means you need to take the time, okay? You cannot just look at a value and be like, I think I know what they are doing. I know what they're saying there. No, 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 no. Let's first check. 0.3 is 0.3. 0.3 compared to 0.1. Who is bigger? Who is bigger, 0.3 or 0.1? I must ask you guys, who's bigger? Between 0.3 and 0.1, who is bigger? Let's say I actually write out this 0.30 and 0.10. Does that perhaps give you an idea now? Who's bigger? Exactly, 0.3 is bigger. So that's why he's in the... Yeah, he's big. Then who follows after 0.30? 0.1. Here he is. Okay, the cube root of 0.001. I put it, guys. Grab your calculator, for crying out loud. Say the cube root. Okay, shift. You play Mr. Cube Root, 0.001, say equal. You get 1 over 10. You press SD, gives you the decimal, 0.1, guys. Okay, so this is big. This is in the middle. Oh, this is down there. He is very, very small. Smaller than these two. So that's why we say the values have been written in descending order, true or false. This is true, guys. This is so true, it's not even funny. It is so true. Okay, let's go down. Are we together? Can I move on? Next, can I move on to the next one? Are we satisfied with true? Okay, we are satisfied. Let us move then. Next. 71 is a composite number. 71 is a composite number. 71 is a composite number. True or false? 71 is a composite number. Now I can just see some of you being like, what is a composite number? I have no cooking clue what that is. All right, and that's where the cookie crumbles for most of us, right? Okay, that's where the cookie beautifully crumbles. Okay, 71 is a composite number. Yeah, what is that exactly? Exactly. Guys, let me explain. Composite numbers. Can someone let me check. You see, you can't pretend as if people don't know. Maybe there's someone here who can tell me what is a composite number. You see, John, I like the fact that John is like, what in the world is that? What in the world is that? What in the world is this guy talking about? I have no cooking clue what this guy is talking about. I think let's hear it from a teacher, guys. Check it out. Let's hear. I believe there's a teacher in our midst. If you guys hear it from a teacher, It's a pity. I think the teacher doesn't want to come through. It's going to give this teacher a chance, because the last time, oh, usemsindweni, hey, usemsindweni, eh? Hey, all right. Anyways, that's fine. Guys, a composite number is a number that has more than two factors. Emily, how's it? Okay, are we following now? So guys, a composite number is a number that has more than two factors. That's what a composite number is. A number that has more than two factors. All right. Usually, the other type would be prime number, but we know a prime number is a number that has only two factors. So grade 8, you need to know what composite numbers are and what prime numbers are. Composite number is a number that has more than two factors. So an example of a composite number. Guys, give me a number between 1 and 5 that is composite. Give me some examples in the comment section. Okay, so that I can be sure that you guys understand what a composite number. Give me an example of a composite number. Yes, MJ, 4 is a composite number. The factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4. Very good. Another one. I said between 1 and 5, guys. If I'm asking for a composite number between 1 and 5, then you need to give me composite numbers that are between 1 and 5. So it's only 4, guys, that is a composite number. Okay, let's move up. No, 2 is not a composite number. 2 is not a composite number. 2 is a prime number because it qualifies as a number that has only two factors. Okay, let's go up. Between 5 and 10, please give me your composite numbers that are found between 5 and 10. Composite numbers that are found between, all the composite numbers found between 5 and 10. Write them down in the comment section. 5 is not a composite number, guys. 5 is a prime number. Yes, Benati, 9 is definitely. Yes, 9 is a composite number. 7, no, 7 is not. 7 is a prime number. Guys, some of you, Frank, 4, 8, and 10, definitely true. But remember, I said between 5 and 10. So between 5 and 10, I wanted the composite numbers that are found between 5 and 10. Okay, so 6 would be 1. 8, 9 would definitely be composite numbers. Okay, between 5 and 10, these are your composite numbers. Okay, so between 1 and 10, let's just list some of the composite numbers between 1 and 10. We have 4, we have 6, we have 8, we have 9. Okay, those are the ones that are between 1 and 10. Okay, if we include 10, then of course 10 would also be part of the composite numbers, because these numbers, guys, have more than two factors. What are the factors of 4? 1, 2, and 4. What are the factors of 6? 1, 2, 3, and 6. What are the factors of 8? 1, 2, 4, 8. What are the factors of 9? 1, 3, 9. What are the factors of 10? 1, 2, 5, and 10. So these are composite numbers. I repeat again. Composite number is a number that has more than two factors. Okay? Then prime numbers, on the other hand, is a number that has only two factors. 1 and itself. Okay? So I'm guessing you guys said 71. I asked, is 71? 71, state whether the following statement is true or false. 71 is a composite number, true or false? Let's re-answer this question again. 71 is a composite number, true or false? Pilasana Jogweni says true. Benati says true. So you guys are saying 71 is a composite number. John Kaluvi is saying false. Okay, guys, 71 is a composite number. That is definitely false. It can be divided by 3. Are you kidding me? 71 divided by 3. Cannot be divided by 3. Okay. The quickest way to check this, guys, you can actually say 71 is equal to, then you press shift, then you press fact. This shows you that 71 does not have any possible prime factors, which would lead you then to the conclusion that 71 must be a prime number. Okay? So the answer here, guys, is false. 71 is a composite number. That's very false. 71 does not have more than 2 factors. Okay? No, guys, don't worry, man. We are here to make mistakes so that we can do what? So that we can learn. We are here to make mistakes so that we can learn. This is not you sitting in front of the exam paper and writing. This is you trying to come to a place where you can learn. And you make sure that when you leave here, you are in another level. Okay? So that when you sit for your own test or exam, you can do very well and you can be very proud of your performance. Okay? So don't worry. Making mistakes is part of the process. All right? If we don't make mistakes, how are we going to learn? Okay? The important thing here is that when you do make that mistake, please learn very quickly. Okay? Learn very quickly. I'm not going to accept any of your requests because I've been accepting some of your requests, but you guys are just not taking the request thing serious. Let's go on. Here's another one. True or false? The highest common factor of 2 squared times 3 and 2 times 3 squared is 6. True or false? Okay, I see trues coming through. The highest common factor of 2 squared times 3 and 2 times 3 squared is 6. People are saying true. Sandazi Kona, the way is saying true. There's false. Yeah, Frank, the thing is, the prime, remember, if you use your letter method, what is your destination? You are trying to get this product of prime factors anyways. Right? Now you have them. 2 squared times 3, 2 times 3. Okay? Now you have them. So then what do? You look at them, right? Now you have them, right? What do? You look at them. Then for your highest common factor, we choose the common base with the lowest exponent. You choose the common base with the lowest exponent. Now, let's look at base 2. Base 2, can you see base 2, guys? Base 2 is common, right? Base 2 is common. So we choose out of base 2, the base that has the what? The lowest exponent. So that is actually going to be 2. It has the lowest exponent. Then base 3 is also what? It's common. But we choose the base that has the what? The lowest exponent. And we make it a product of the already chosen base. There is our highest common factor. What is 2 times 3? It is 6. So is the highest common factor of 2 squared times 3 and 2 times 3 squared 6? The answer is most definitely going to be true. So guys, please, let's apply. You see, some of you, I heard you when you said you are going to use the ladder method. What's the purpose of the ladder method? It's for you to get the product of prime factors for a particular number. So there we have the product of prime factors. Sorry, we forgot the 3 squared. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, guys. So yes, this one was 2 times 3 squared. This one was 2 squared times 3. And we said we choose, for highest common factor, you choose the common base with the lowest exponent. and the product of those common bases with the lowest exponent form your highest common factor. I repeat, you choose the common base with the lowest exponent, and the product of those common bases with the lowest exponent will form your what? Your highest common factor. So base 2 to the power 2. Which one has the lowest exponent? It's this guy. That's why we choose him. 3 and 3, common base. Which one has the lowest exponent? It's this guy. Then we put those two as a product of each other. 2 times 3 is 6. So that is the highest common factor. All right? Are we together? Okay. If had we been given 2 squared times 3 as 12 and 2 times 3 squared and 18, of course, if you had been given the numbers 12 and 18, your responsibility would have been to first use the ladder method so that you can get the product of prime factors. This question has already given you the what? The product of prime factors. So do you need to go ahead and use the ladder method? No, because the product of prime factors are already there for 12 and 18, which were the original numbers to begin with. So if you have the product of prime factors, you move with the product of prime factors. If you have numbers given, your goal is to use the ladder method, get the product of prime factors, then make a judgment of the highest common factor. I want to ask this question since we are here. What if they had said, what is the lowest common multiple? I am going to ask for these two, what is the lowest common multiple? How would you have, what would be the value of the lowest common multiple? Since we are here, what is the value of the lowest common multiple for 12 and 18? How do we go about finding that? Come on, comment section. You can give me the answer the moment you feel you have arrived. Yamkela Kunda says 2 squared and 3 squared. Okay, I see what Yamkela is saying. What do the rest of the masses have to say? The one with the biggest exponent, Yamkela Kunda says. John says 36. So I'm guessing John is taking what Yamkela Kunda has said and he's piecing those two things together and is writing the answer. Okay, so I love that tag teaming there. Okay, the tag teaming between John and Yamkela. Okay, Yamkela has already laid the foundation for us, guys. Yamkela already laid the foundation for us. Okay, if we were being asked for the LCM, all right, would we still be going for the common base with the lowest exponent as we did with the highest common factor? No. Here, we would be going to choose the base with the highest exponent. Okay. Does that make sense? That's why Yamkela said the one with the biggest exponent. So 2 and 2 are common. We go for the base with the highest exponent. So that would have been 2 squared. 3 and 3, the bases are common. We go for the base with the highest exponent. Then what is 2 squared? It's 4. What's 3 squared? 3 squared is 9. Remember, guys, 2 squared is the same thing as saying 2 times 2. 3 squared is the same thing as saying 3 times 3. All right? So 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 9 is 36. So John and Yamkela, they tagged him very nicely there in the comment section. Okay? Frank, good job. Guys, that is basically how we go about finding LCM and HCF. Right, let's move on, guys. That was a very nice section. Did you like that? Did you like that? Did you love it? Did you love that, ladies and gentlemen? Did you love that? Was that amazing or what? Huh? Do you feel like you've learned? Do you feel educated? Do you feel more prepared for your upcoming test thingamabob that you're going to be writing at your respective schools? I hope so. I hope so. I hope today you learned something and you were like, I hope you had a moment. Thank you, Nomba Ali. Thank you for the rose, Nomba Ali. I love gifts, guys. I love gifts. I know some of you may not have the power to give gifts, but you know what? Share the live with your parents. Share the live with your mothers, your fathers, your daddies, your uncles, your aunts, your rich aunties and uncles. Let them come through and let them come and give me gifts on your behalf, because you are receiving. Okay? Use some emotional tactic to get them to actually come through and come and like just share the gifts. Your parents will be in the position to even support the live as far as the live goal that I have there. Paper crane, hand heart, that type of business. Don't worry, they'll know. They'll know. Okay, let's move on. We are there in the multiple choice. Choose one correct answer for each of the following questions. Write only the letter A, B, C, or D which corresponds to your answer. Guys, here they are saying write only the what? The letter. Please, guys, as I said, grade 8, so we need to be people that read the instructions before. Don't be in a hurry to come and answer the questions. First read. What are they saying? What are they instructing you to do? If they are saying choose one correct answer for each of the following questions, write only the letter, please. I don't want to see in your question paper you writing the statement 0 is an integer, but you were just supposed to write the letter. Okay, let's stick to the instruction that is given. Part of being tested, the people that are testing you also want to check, can you listen and understand? Can you comprehend what is being asked and then answer the way things have been asked? Please, guys, that needs a bit of discipline. Just a small discipline. All right. So which statement is correct? Small nyana. All right. A, 0 is an integer. B, 36 is the cube of 6. C, there are 4 prime numbers between 1 and 10. D, 0.5 is equivalent to 1 over 4. Right, let's reread those statements. Which statement is correct? A, 0 is an integer. B, 36 is the cube of 6. C, there are 4 prime numbers between 1 and 10. D, 0.5 is equivalent to 1 over 4. All right, look what they've done. They've provided space for you to write the letter in this question. Okay, so some questions, when they do multiple choice, they'll say circle. Please read what is being said at the top. Okay, so just because today in the live I'm saying, no, there's space provided. In your particular test, maybe there will be no space provided. They will say circle. So you must follow the instruction of what is being asked. Are we together? Now I'm seeing your responses there. Hey, lele. Emihle Soyana is saying A. Benati Shota is saying C. Pelasanda Njokweni is saying B. LMR is saying I think it's D. Sanda is saying A. Sinless is saying B. Rato is saying D. John is saying B. No is saying D. I'm being ignored is saying I'm being ignored. Mpito is saying A. King is saying D. Yamkela is saying B. Sinless is saying B. Kimi Visuals is saying C. Sinless is saying B. Frank saying B. Edle saying B. Kelebukhle is saying D. Letabo is saying woo! Yo! Guys, let us look at the statements. Question. Look at statement A. 0 is an integer. Guys, is 0 an integer? Yes. 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 0 is an integer. Okay. Guys, what are integers? Integers are positive and negative whole numbers. If I was to write the family, guys, of integers, in the middle, neutral to them all is 0. You go up by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to infinity, but you are counting in ones from 0. You count backward in ones in 0. You are going down by 1. Those are your integer numbers. Okay? So, which statement is correct? 0 is not an integer. It's not, guys. It's not an integer. 0 is not an integer. Yes, 0 is not an integer. Come on, guys. Of course, 0 is an integer. So is this statement correct? Is this statement correct? Is this statement correct? Because integer values include 0. So 0 is not an integer? 0 is not an integer? Not? Yeah, you see. Imagine you are reading this like I did in the beginning and you say 0 is an integer. But the statement is saying 0 is not an integer. Is this yes? No, guys. This is a false statement. 0 is an integer. It can't be that 0 is not an integer. Okay. So this one, we know it's out. We are not even going to consider this one. B, 36 is the cube of 6. 36 is the cube of 6. Is that true? No, guys. 36 is not the cube of 6, guys. No ways. Okay? Oh, my soul. Yeah. Yeah, no ways. If you cube 6, all right, you get 216. Right? Does that make sense? So 36 is not the cube of 6. So B is out. There are 4 prime numbers between 1 and 10. Let's check prime numbers. Prime numbers between 1 and 10, 2, 3, 5, 7. Oh, my goodness. 2, 3, 5, 7. There are 4 prime numbers between 1 and 10. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, it seems like C is fine. But let's check. 0,5 is equivalent to 1 over 4. 0,5 is actually 5 over 10, which is a half. So this one, D, not to B. Okay. You could even take your calculator. Let's check this out. 0,5. You put your calculator on, say 0,5, you press equal. Boom! 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 Okay. Now, Yamkela Kunda is saying, how did we know we should put 2, 3, 5, and 7? Remember, Yamkela? It was me just a few moments ago. I was explaining to you, and I was asking a prime number. I defined what a composite number is for you. I defined what a prime number is for you. Now, to me, that says maybe we are not really taking into heart what I am saying in the live. Okay? Prime number is a number that has only 2 factors, 1 and itself. Now, from the statement here, they are saying there are 4 prime numbers between 1 and 10. So you think, what are the prime numbers that exist between 1 and 10? What are the numbers that exist between 1 and 10? All right. Of course, prime numbers that exist between 1 and 10. 2 is a prime number. All right. 3 is a prime number. And so it goes. So those numbers, 2, 3, 5, and 7 are the prime numbers. Okay. LMR, what is the pain, my guy? L, M, R. Yeah, you see, people comment in the comment section, I think sometimes with no desire really. You say these things, but to me it seems like we don't mean what we say. Okay, let's continue then, guys. The next one. The value of 36 plus 4 underneath a square root without using a calculator is. Hello, anime lover.
Hello.
Are you loving anime?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Now, anime lover, have you been with us? Have you been listening?
Yeah.
And 2.1, did you understand that answer that we gave there? Which statement is correct?
Mm-hmm.
Does the answer make sense? C?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. So does that mean you don't understand what a prime number is?
Yeah.
Okay, so a prime number, anime lava, I explained earlier on that a prime number is a number that has only two factors. Do you know what a factor is?
Yeah.
Okay, what is a factor? All right. Okay, guys, I cannot help you if you guys keep on disappearing. I can only help you if you guys are vulnerable enough to be assisted. And the intention is not to embarrass, but it is to help educate. So if you can bear the trouble of me actually explaining to you, then maybe things will get better with time. Okay? Alright, so guys, as I said, a prime number, a number that has only two factors, 1 and itself. So between 1 and 10, the only prime numbers that exist there are 2. Why do we say 2? It's because the factors of 2 are 1 and 2. 3. Why 3? The factors of 3 are 1 and 3. 5. Why 5? The factors of 5 are 1 and 5. 7. Why 7? Because the factors of 7 are 1 and 7. So if you're looking at all these numbers that I've written down here, 2, 3, 5, 7, those are all prime numbers. Okay? A factor is a number that fits into another number without leaving a remainder. The number 1 is not a prime number. 1 is not a prime number, guys. 1 is not a prime number. What is the definition of a prime number? A number that has only two factors. Now, 1 has itself as a factor, and that's it. There are not two factors with 1. Okay? So 1 is not a prime number. It never will be. It never has. And I don't know if it will ever fit that definition. Two factors, guys. Okay? Two factors. So 2, 3, 5, and 7 are the only numbers between 1 and 10 that we regard as prime numbers. Okay? Hello, Dante. Is it Dante? Mbals. Hello, Mbals.
Hello,
Mbals, how are you doing?
I'm very well, and you?
I'm very well as well. Are we in grade 8 as well?
Yes,
Okay, so have you been listening? Have you been following along? Are you also answering the questions with us?
yes,
Okay, so do you understand 2.1? Guys, I'm sorry. Let me continue. Let me continue. Unfortunately, I think level of seriousness, maybe people are on a Friday mode. Okay, let's go down now. The value of the square root of 36 plus 64 without using a calculator is A, 14, B, 10, C, 100, D, 50. No problem, no problem, no. No problem, no. So which one is it, guys? A, B, C, D. Oh, by the way, let's go and write our the correct letter, you see, in the space provided. So that one, the previous one was C. Okay, the value of square root of 36 plus 4 without using a calculator is it A, 14, B, 10, C, 100, D, 50. Okay. So here our S1 says B, Benati says B, Sinle says 10. Yeah, you see, that's where we go wrong. We choose the letter, guys. Milo is saying B. All right, Lisa is saying B, Lexi is saying 10. There we go again. We're not choosing the letter, we're writing the answer. Maizu is saying B, Milo Kovacs is saying B, Tsepi is saying B, Pilasana is saying B, No is saying B, Smash is saying B, Sanda is saying B, Ria is saying B, Vumo is saying C, Lex is saying D, Lisa Kanya Jankis is saying B, Vumo is saying C, Nombali is saying A, and she's laughing about it. Okay, I understand now why you were saying there's some noise there. I think I understand what's happening there with that noise. Lex is saying B, Smash is saying C, Lerato is saying B. And the answers are endless. Okay. Guys, this is very sad. The square root of 36 plus 64. First and foremost, inside the square root, we add, very good. I love what Benati is saying there in the comment section. We add 36 and 64. We get 100 underneath the square root. What is the square root of 100? It is 10. So the answer is B. So we go and write B. Those that said square root of 36 plus 64, I want to let you know what is wrong about your thinking. There are those who split 36 and 64. Then they say 6 plus 8. And then they say the answer is 14. And then they like say there's no answer in the comment section. There is no answer there. This here, we do not, guys, we don't split a root that has plus and minus. We don't split a root that has plus and minus. So let's never forget that. Okay? The only correct approach to doing this is adding the numbers within the root, then applying the root to the single number. The square root of 100 is 10. Okay? So the only answer that is feasible is B. All right? This here, we don't ever do. We cannot split a what? A root. This is wrong. We don't split a root if there's a plus and a minus in between. The only time we split a root is if there is a divide and multiply. Okay? The only time we can split a root is if there's a divide and a multiply. Right? I hope that's clear. Okay, Sheldon, if you want, please, do TikTok lives and teach people the lattice method, my guy. It's very key. All right, you can do that. I am dealing with things the way that I am. So I encourage people, if they feel they have valid contribution, they must do lives as well, and so that they can save lives. Okay, here's another one. Is divisible by 7 and is also an odd number. Which number? 45, 28, 56, 91. Is divisible by 7 and is also an odd number. Is divisible by 7 and is also an odd number. All right. I think immediately you can not even consider certain numbers here because of your understanding of what this means. Like immediately, some of the options don't fly. They don't work. So Vumo is saying D, LMR is saying B, Vumo is saying, Sinless is saying B, Shuta is saying D, Vumo is saying D, Dante is saying D, 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 B, D. So there's basically a variation between B and D. People are choosing between B and D. So let's look exactly at what people have chosen. There's also A, of course. So why can it not be B? Why is B not an option if we consider what has been written in the statement? Why can we say B is not the answer immediately? Why can we rule out the option of B? Why do we say B does not even make sense? Yes, thank you, no. Yes, Luther. B is an even, guys, 28 is an even number. They are saying this number is divisible by 7, but also odd. So yes, 28 is divisible by 7, right? When you take 28 and you divide by 7, you get 4. So yes, 28 is divisible, but it's not an odd number. 28 is not an odd number. So that's why B cannot be considered. So sometimes I wonder, grade 8s, is our problem really the maths? Or is it that when we read the English, we don't really understand what is being asked fully? Like it's almost as if we get half of the question, but we don't get the other half. Do you see, guys, those who chose 28 have zoomed into and logged into divisible by 7. But it's almost as if they are blind to odd number. You see? So that's why I'm saying take your time, read the question, make sure that you've read the question and your interpretation of the question is sensible. So numbers that are divisible by 7 are numbers that when you take this number, guys, for instance, let me just show you. So for instance, take all these numbers. 45 divided by 7. If really 45 is divisible by 7, we should be getting a whole number here or an integer value. But you see what we're getting? We're getting a fraction. If we press SD, we're getting a decimal. So that means 45 is not divisible by 7. Let's go to the next number, 28. Say 28 divided by 7. Look at this one. It gives us a whole number. So we are like, yes, 28 is divisible. It could be the right answer. But then we look, odd number. 28 is not an odd number. So though it is divisible, it is not an odd number. What about 45? When we looked at 45, 45 is an odd number, but it's not divisible. So these two are not qualifying because they only meet half of the condition. You know, hey guys, one day, hey, let's not go there. 56, do the same thing. Say 56 divided by 7. Let's say 56 divided by 7, we get 8. So 56 divided by 7 means 56 is divisible by 7. But is 56 an odd number? It's not an odd number. We move on to 91. Okay, we check 91. Let's check this guy. 91 divided by 7. Hey, it gives us 13. So now 7 goes into 91 13 times. Does it make sense? But then, is 91 odd? Yes, 91 is an odd number. Remember, guys, odd numbers are all those numbers that end with 1. At the end, they end with 1, 3, 5, 7. At the end, you see 1. Okay, so this is odd. That is odd. These two, they are even. So the one that is divisible by 7 and odd is only D. It is 91. Are we together, guys? B cannot be right because it is divisible by 7, but it is not an odd number. Okay, does that make sense? 28, yes. Esona, you listen. I don't think Esona is listening very well. We all understand that 7 does go into 28. 7 goes into 28 4 times. So 28 is divisible by 7. We all understand that. But is 28 an odd number? Esona, no. Okay. Yes. No, you are 100% correct. Odd numbers, they end with 1, 3, 5, or 7. She refused. You know, don't worry. You know, hopefully, you know. Yeah, I don't know why she would refuse. That's very sad. Okay, let's go on, guys. Let's go on. So our answer there would be D. Okay, sorry, I forgot 9. That's true. I forgot to write 9 as well. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So, thank you so much. Who was that? Mchi. Yes, Vumo. Yes, I forgot to write 9. Okay, they end odd numbers. They end with these numbers. Even, we know most even numbers, they end with 2, 4, 6, 8, but also we know the 0. Okay, so 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. These are numbers that even numbers end with. Okay, so that's why we see these ones, right? 8 and 6, they end with 8 and 6. Can't be what? Can't be odd, those two. Okay, so at the end of each number, if you see 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9, you know that number is odd. At the end of that number, if you see 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, then you know that number is even. Okay. No, I see that. I see that. You should go and look at something called the sieve of Aristoteles. He actually checked out like all the odd numbers that exist between 1 and 100 and beyond. I mean, really and truly, you can just know those ones. Okay, let's go on, guys. Okay. Okay, I'm glad. Sinless, your comment is very valuable. We definitely did not know what an odd number was. We were just guessing, but from that, we learned. Oh my goodness. You see that comment? Guys, you see, those are the kinds of comments I am looking for, because this is the whole point of me doing these live lessons. It's not so that I try to boast to you that, no, guys, I'm also a student of maths. I'm still learning, okay? But I really appreciate your comment, Sinless. It's very, very, very valuable, that comment. I love it. That is comparable to sending me a galaxy into the live. Like I feel that, those emotions that make me feel like, hey, I'm valued. So thank you for that comment. I love it. Let's move on. 2.4. 3,58876 rounded off to 4 decimal places is 4. A, B, 3, let me just write this out. 3,5887. C, 3,5888. D, 3,5897. Rounded off to 4 decimal places. What is 3,58876? Okay. What is it, guys? Right? Benati is saying C. Benati is so fast off the blocks there. Like, Benati is like, how are you saying Bolt? Like, Sit is, or is it, who's this new athlete now who's like leading like crazy there? S1 is saying it's B. Since it's a whole number, you just add 4 zeros after the decimal point. Okay, I see what you are saying, Esona. I reposted the video first, says C. Right, I'm waiting for more responses. It seems like people are slow to respond here. Am I to believe that you guys did not do rounding off? Or your rounding off is not understood well? Thank you so much, Tita. I feel confident enough to write my exams. Awesome. Lithium zombie. And that's very nice to hear. My lithium zombie. Bungi was saying, I feel C. Maths is not about feelings, my girl. It's about facts, mathematical facts. Mickey is saying B. Sandra is saying A. Sinless is C. I'm grade 7. I see grade 7. I see Umpo is saying BB. Sanelisa is saying C. Oizo is saying C. Okay, guys, let's check it out. Right? 3, the number is 3,58876. They say round off to what? 4 decimal places. So what we do, we look after the comma. First decimal place, second decimal place, third decimal place. Guys, let me go back again. What am I saying to you? After the comma, we count. First decimal place, second decimal place, third decimal place, fourth decimal place. So this is the fourth decimal place. We put a line after the fourth decimal place. Then there is this great judge that comes and says, let us judge you based on the number that is the fifth number after the fourth. Then the great judge is like, well, the fifth number is 6. So that means this number is 5 or more. All right. If it's 5 or more, guys, we know that we must add 1. If the number that we are judging by is 5 or more, we know we ought to add 1. But if the number is 4 or less, we say it stays the same. And who stays the same? Or who do we add 1 to? We add 1 if this number is 5 or more to the fourth number, which is basically the fourth decimal place. If this number was 4 or less, it would mean that the fourth decimal place number will stay the same. So what is going to happen with this 7? Since the number 6 is 5 or more, we are going to add 1. Some people use the term round up. But in essence, to round up simply means you are going to do what? Add 1 to this entire number. So it's like you saying plus 1. So if you are going to add 1 to that number, now you have 3, comma, what's 7 plus 1? It's 8. And fortunately, when you add 1 to this 7, it's 8. That stays 8. That stays 8. That stays as 5. And then it's 3, comma, 5. How many 8s? 888. Does that make sense? So it's 3, comma, 5, 888, which means it is this C is our option that we choose. Are we together, guys? But if the number had been 4 or less, okay, let's just write that down. Let's say this was 3,58873. Let's say this was the number. And it says rounded off to 4 decimal places. What is the number? So we would say 1, 2, 3, 4. We put a line after the fourth number. Here we judge you using this number. All right. That means if this number, what did I say to you guys? If the number is 4 or less, then the fourth number will do what? Stay the same. So our answer is 3,588,7. Full stop. We do not round down. The number stays that way. Okay? We add nothing to the previous number. Okay? We add nothing. It stays the same. So there's only those 2 approaches to rounding off. Okay? Please, guys, you always check to what decimal place did they say round off to. Okay, so Noah has typed in the comment section, is asking if the number was 3,588,764 rounded to fourth decimal place. We look at the 64 and it's if we rounding off to the fourth decimal place, my guy, if we're rounding off to the fourth decimal place, remember we are counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you put the line after, my guy, the fourth number. Then you use the fifth number to judge. You always use the number after the given decimal place to judge. Okay? Yeah. Please, guys. Okay? If they say fourth decimal place, then obviously I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I put the line. I judge with the fifth number. If they had said fifth decimal place, then I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put the line here. I use the sixth number to judge. Okay, please guys, don't confuse this thing. It's very straightforward. But if you are going to confuse it, then you are going to cry. If the number is above 50, we then change. I feel like who's this person? I feel like Sinless is confusing. I feel like Sinless, you are going to confuse yourself, my guy. This is so simple. It's as straightforward as I am saying it. But now, if you guys are going to try and, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. There's no turning to zero, guys. You guys are. I think you are actually confusing rounding off to the nearest hundredth or thousandth. That's something totally different. Something totally different. Here we are saying the fourth decimal place. This is completely different from rounding to the nearest hundredth, or thousandth. That's different altogether. Okay, we are talking about different logic. So please, decimal places is as straightforward and as simple and as basic as I have explained it. So, yeah. Yes, 3,588 is the answer, this one. So the answer is C. That's what we are going to be identifying. The answer is C. Okay. And you guys are saying, make another example. But the reality is that, guys, this thing is just, it is what it is. Eh? Let's say we had 3,2879, let's say 5. And then the question said, round off to your nearest, to the fourth decimal place. Let's say this had said fourth decimal place. I'm going to change this to something else, to another question. So if we said round this off to the fourth decimal place, then we're counting after the comma 1, 2, 3, 4. You put your line here after the fourth number. You use your fifth number to judge. Okay, this number 5 is what? It's 5 or more. So that means we are going to do what? We know we're going to add 1. Okay, because if the number is 5 or more, we add 1 where? Add 1, obviously, to what is before. Okay, so it's like we are adding 1 to this entire number. If you add 1 to this entire number, that means 7, 9, which is here. 9 plus 1 is 0. Okay, we carry over the 1. Then that becomes 1 plus 7, which is 8. Then obviously that stays as what? As 8. 2. 3,2880. Okay, does that make sense, guys? I hope it makes sense. I hope it makes sense. All right, yeah, because as I said, you literally just ignore what's happening before and you add that previous number to basically this entire number. Okay, in this number you can see that this is 9, but obviously it's 79. So if you're going to add 1 here, definitely the 9 plus 1 is going to be 10. You carry over the 1, that becomes 8. So you have 8, 0. Okay, and then 8, 2, comma, and then that 3. Are we together? If let's say the same number 3,28795, they said round off to 2 decimal places. 2 decimal, ne? Then what are you doing? After the comma, you're counting 1, 2. You put the line here. You use who? The number 7 to judge. It's just the number 7. Okay? Now that 7 is 5 or more. Okay? Alright, guys, if the number is 5 or more, we've told you, we know. If the number is 5 or more, then it's straightforward. It's 5 or more, the number. Then we know we go up. So then we add 1. Okay, that means 8 plus 1 is 9. The 2, the 3. So we have 3,29 as our answer. Are we together, guys? Hey, I hope we are. So the 5 is rounded up here. Yes. Does it disappear completely? What was it? So the 5 is rounded up. No, the 5 disappears. Look, guys, we use the 5 to judge. And we add 1 to the previous number. And then that 5, it's no longer considered because we are told to round off to the fourth decimal place, we can't have a fifth number appearing still, right? Once you round off to that decimal place, that means though you have after the comma, you should have now 1, 2, 3, 4 to show that we've rounded off to the fourth decimal place. Okay. And here even to show that we've rounded off to 2 decimal places, you see, we have 2 numbers after the comma. I'm going to do one last one, guys. Okay, if they say here round off to 1 decimal place, 1, we cut off here. We use what? 3 to judge. Okay, what is the 3? The 3 is 4 or less. What does that mean? Nothing changes, stays the same. So we have 5,2 as our answer. We have rounded off to the first decimal place. You can see your decimal. You see it's there. Okay, please guys, let's not make this thing complicated. It's simple, it's basic. Okay, are we happy now? Can I move on? Yeah, we've been chilling here, there, chilling very hard. Let's move, guys. Let's move. We have pizza to eat. You know, there's pizza questions here. I'm hungry now. You guys are making me hungry for pizza. Right? You're making me hungry for pizza now. Okay, let's look at this question. It takes 7 hours for a vehicle to travel 812 kilometers at a constant speed. Guys, do we all know what a constant speed? The word constant is a very famous word in maths. What does the word constant mean? Just the word constant. Because in maths it's a very famous word, this one, constant. If you know what the word constant means, you will have answered a lot of things for maths in your life. Okay, constant, just the word constant. Give me a simple word, guys. I see continuous pace. No, it's saying a continuous pace, but the word constant, just give me. Thank you, Yamkela. Same. The word constant, guys, just means the same. All right. If I am giving you constant love, it means my love doesn't change. It stays the same. It's like God's love. It's never changing. It's constant. It's unchanging. All right. God's love is unchanging. It's constant. You know, it's unchanging. It doesn't matter how you are, like how you behave. Like God's love is the same. It's constant. Okay. Yes. So something that is constant is something that stays the same. So it says here, it takes 7 hours for a vehicle to travel 812 kilometers at a constant speed. The vehicle traveled at a speed of how many kilometers per hour? It takes 7 hours for a vehicle to travel 812 kilometers at a constant speed. The vehicle traveled at a speed of dash kilometers per hour. Is it A, 116, B, 120? We all love 120, eh? When we are in a car, like you can just see people sitting at the back there and they're just like, press the pedal, press the pedal, press the pedal. All right. So A, 116, B, 120, C, S70, D, 100. Which one? I see people there, Pilasande, Kluta, A. No is saying A. We're having A. Bongiwe Faleni, A. Osenam is saying A. Like we've got an A affair there in the comment section. All right. So I'm sure all of us, we are very acquainted with Mr. DST. Yes, the DST triangle. Oh yeah, the DST triangle. The DST triangle helps us with the formulas because D means distance, S means speed, T means time. I think someone was so kind in the comment section to even say that way before we even started. I think that was Hobson. All right. Hobson was so kind to share that information. D means distance. So the formula for distance, S and T are next to each other. So it's speed times time. Speed, distance over time. That's why D and T, D is at the top, T is at the bottom. Time is D over S, meaning distance over speed. Remember, the fraction line means divide. Okay, so what are we calculating here? We are calculating speed. So which formula are we going to be using? This one. Yo, guys, yo. So we just use the formula there. We put in the thingies. We hide the speedy thing because we're looking for it. Yes, very good. We hide the speedy thing because we're looking for it. Yeah, guys, have okay, let me just leave this because I feel like I'm gonna go crazy. S is equal to distance 812 kilometers over time. What's the time? 7 hours. We take Mr. Calculator. Mr. Calculator. We say 812. We divide that by 7. We press the calculator. Gives us 116. Beautiful value there that we're seeing. 116 kilometers per hour. So our answer is dead set going to be A. So here we are not playing a guessing game, guys. We are literally getting answers and we are choosing the answers that are correct. All right. So I want to say to you, grade 8s, let's familiarize ourselves with multiple choice, not just becoming something that we play this game. Some of us do that with multiple choice, and then we hope that, like, by a mere share of luck, some of us even go on prayer mode. It's like, God, please place my hand where it exactly needs to be, and then bam, and then your hand falls there, and you're like, yeah, that was God inspired. Guys, don't do that, please. This is not a game of chance, not a game of luck. We must get answers because we have applied the mathematics. Are we together? Yeah. Some of us are beginning to feel guilty because we know that's exactly what we do with multiple choice. And then we are sad that we don't get good marks. We can't play this game with multiple choice, please. All right, let's go on. Oh, next question. The grade 8s were asked to name their favorite pizza topping. Now I'm getting hungry. The pie chart represents their choices. The same number of pupils like vegetarian food and chicken on their pizzas. Okay, let's reread this again. The grade 8s were asked to name their favorite pizza topping. Now, guys, if you are a pizza fan, you know most that there's different types of pizzas, Hawaiian, and the rest. Okay, I mean, in life there's only just like Hawaiian and all the others. Okay, but let's not get into semantics there. But there's different toppings, all right, for different pizzas. So they're saying here the pie chart represents their choices, okay, because these grade 8 students were asked to name their favorite pizza topping. So the pie chart represents the different choices by these grade 8 pupils. I'm going to show you the pie chart. It says the same number of pupils, this is important, the same number of pupils like vegetarian food and chicken on their what? On their pizzas. Let us see. Oh my goodness. Chicken, 26%. Pepperoni, 33% of these grade 8 students. Mince, seems like we don't have a percentage. Vegetarian, interestingly enough, for vegetarian, we seem to not have a percentage. But there's something that we were told there in the statement. And that's why I'm saying, guys, hey, sometimes the English will take you out of the picture. And that's why we need to read with the, careful. We need to be very careful as we read. The same number of pupils like vegetarian food and chicken on their pizzas. Okay, so vegetarian is also 26 because it's stated very good. No. N-O. Lisa said it. I did not say it. Did you hear that, guys, what Lisa said? That is why I'm saying, because your diagram, it's telling you this, but in the statement, there's something that is being said, which if you understood what was being said, you'll be able to transfer the right information where? In the diagram. Then you come here and they're like, calculate the percentage of pupils who like means. And you are like, Aibu, what are these people wanting from me? They want me to guess this thing. If you did not make this connection there that Lisa has just made by reading, okay, the vegetarian is 26 because we are given that there in the statement. But you see, people, some of us will read this and not understand that for the pie chart, the 26%, as it says, the same number of pupils like vegetarian food and chicken on their what? On their pizzas. So we have here a 26% that is not represented in the diagram, but it is true. Okay? So what do we do then, guys? Calculate the percentage of pupils who like means. All right? Calculate the percentage of pupils who like means. So no says you add up all the toppings, then minus your answer out of 100 because it's percentage. Lithium is also saying, so to calculate the means percentage, you add all the percentages we were given, then subtract it from 100. Okay, lithium and no, you guys have gotten logic of the question. Okay, I mean, guys, the pie chart will represent 100% of all the different what? Toppings. Are we together? So then if we have the 3, we need the means. Just need to add these 3, then we subtract the total percentage from these 3 toppings, right? We subtract this from 100, then we'll get means. So what is means? Means percentage is equal to 100% minus the 26% plus the 33% plus the 26%. That is basically the means percentage. So then if we add that 26 plus 33 plus 33, what do we get, guys? What's 52? 26 plus 26 is 52, and 52 plus 33, that gives us 52 plus 33. 52 plus 33. 52 plus 33. 52 plus 33. 52 plus 33, guys, that will give us 85. All right. So 100% minus 85% will give us what? 15%, which is the means. Ne? So this is the means, guys. All right. So the 2 marks that will be awarded to us is us showing, the method. The method that you take is very important. You can't just write the answer. When they say calculate, it means you need to show your workings. All right. We need to show your workings. You can't just write the final answer here. I need to have a sense of what you did. All right. I need to see your method, and then I need to see the final answer. And it must represent indeed the means. And you can see, guys, that 26, the second 26 is coming about because of the fact that we know that the same number of pupils that like a vegetarian and chicken is represented by the 26%. So what I do is I make sure that that 26% is actually going to be there. So guys, I'm so proud. Like, guys, I am so I'm so proud of all y'all. Like, you guys are amazing. Okay, I think you're gonna smash the papers, guys, wherever you at. You're gonna smash the papers. I can see it happening. Like, it's so many. Like, I can see it happening. Okay, let's go next. The ratio of Daniela's age. This is a different question now. We are done with the pizza. Did you like the pizza, guys? Yeah. The ratio of Daniela's age to her brother's age is 2:3. If Daniela is 12 years old now, calculate how old her brother was 4 years ago. All right. I think now we need to, I don't want to be the one who let's see if someone can help us with this one. I don't want to answer everything. Come on, guys, you can come and interact. You can just request if you want to come and take a lip. Let's see. I think I'm gonna accept all the people who have requested. You must not be scared, guys. You guys, some of you don't want to come and take a leap of answering here, I want to see what you're thinking. All right, Pamela, hello. Okay, you see. Okay, guys, here we have the ratio of Daniela's age to her brother is 2:3. Very important, that age ratio, 2:3. So I see someone said in the comment section, Lithium Zombie says, add the ratios first. Do we all agree with adding the ratios first? Okay, add the ratios first. Look, look. There is a creature who has decided to join our life. Okay, I think there it is. Oh my goodness, where's this creature? It's crawling away. Okay, all right, let me leave it. Okay, add the ratios. Okay, so Benati is saying yes. Shluta is saying yes. So we're gonna say, so we add the ratios. So that means we're gonna say 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5. Okay, then after we add the ratios, guys, what follows? They're saying this is the ratio of Daniela's age to her brother. So Daniela 2, brother 3. So the 2 parts represent Daniela's age, 3 parts represent her brother's age. If Daniela is 12 years now, how old her brother was 4 years ago? So what do we do next, guys? Okay. What do we do next? 5 divided by 12. Do we say 5 divided by 12? Nardi SZN is saying 5 divided by 12. What are our thoughts after this? Then divide the answer by 12. Divide 12 by 5. Okay, I'm hearing you saying 12 divided by 5, I think. So there's someone who's saying 12 divided by 5, and there's someone else who's saying 5 divided by 12. 12 division by 5. Now the SZN is saying, isn't it the same? If you're saying 5 divided by 12, 5 divided by 12 is different from 12 divided by 5. It's not the same thing, guys. Okay? You're saying 12, remember, division is not commutative, all right? Division is never, ever commutative, okay? So the current age of Daniela, let's look at the current age of Daniela. So we are going to say, okay, if we look at the current age of Daniela, let's just say we can say 3 over 5. Sorry. I'm just checking. Someone else is saying something else here. Because I need you guys. If you are saying something, I want to see what are you saying till the end, not just in part. So if you are saying 12 divided by 5, why are you saying 12 divided by 5? What is that going to help you with? That's what I'm trying to check. If you're going to say 12 divided by 5, what is that going to help you with? Okay, does someone want to, because like I said, I'd like us to have I don't want us to just have me write here. I want us to discuss this because it has to make sense. It has to make sense. I want it to make sense. Okay, let's have someone's guest request so that we can come and have some audible voices that are different from mine. Okay, I'm gonna accept some of the people that are here so that I can have them come and speak here because I want to hear what are your thoughts. This one is nice to actually discuss so that we can get clarity. All right, so I'm just gonna, yeah, this is grade 8 to those who are joining in. This is grade 8. I've accepted all the requests and nobody has actually taken the accept. Okay, so I'm guessing you guys want me to do this one. You want to sit it out? Am I to believe you want to sit out this one? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think I sent someone who's confident. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Yes. I like what Noah is saying there. I think you forgot to calculate the fact that it's 4 years ago. Yeah. Because what would be nice, guys, is for us to know what their ages are now, both of them. Okay. So if they've given us the ratio of the two ages for both, if they've given us the ratio of the ages of the brother and Daniela, that's good. All right. But now it would be nice for us to know what are their current ages. So if we know Daniela is 12, all right. Remember, this is not 12 years is not a representation of the sum, all right, of the ages of Daniela and the brother. Okay. So what would be nice for us is to discover then, you know, what was the maybe what was the summation of their ages at the time. Okay. So it would be nice to discover that first. What was their ages? And then now. So if Daniela's age is 12 years old now, let's discover what the brother's age is now as well. Then we can do the 4 years ago, you know, later on, which is no problem. Okay. So I like what Shluta has said there. Remember, Daniela's age to her brother's age. Okay. So Daniela's age is represented by 2 parts. Okay. Daniela's age is represented by 2 parts. And then brother's age is represented by 3 parts, which is very important to note. Okay. Daniela's age represented by 2 parts. So typically, let me just okay. So let's do this very quickly. Okay, sorry. I wanted to grab a piece of paper that's empty. Okay, I just want us to think about this logically before we get caught up in the mathematics. So the 2 plus the 3 represents the total. Remember, when you say 2 plus 3, we are saying 2 parts plus 3 parts is equal to 5 parts. If we knew what the total age is for both Daniela and her brother is, then basically we would take the total age and divide it by 5 so that we can know what one part represents. Okay, but we don't have that. Okay, so we're going to have to think a bit differently here. And the truth is, if I'm going to check Daniela's, try and find what the total age is, I can say 2 out of 5 parts of how much, or let me say times, of the total age, which I don't know, which I'm going to say is x. So I'm going to say let x be the total age of Daniela and her brother, will be equal to what? To 12. Okay, so 2 out of 5 times the x, okay, obviously will be times the x, is going to be equal to 12. Then, of course, guys, we know how to solve equations that involve x in them. We know how to solve equations that involve x, don't we? We do, right? If we have 2 over 5 times the x, this is the same thing as 2 over 5x. So how do you solve an equation that is like that? Well, how do you solve an equation that is like that? You can use the inverse of 2 over 5, the reciprocal of 2 over 5. If 2 over 5 is multiplied to x, to get rid of 2 over 5, you can multiply by the reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse of 2 over 5. So you can do that left and right. So that will give us x is equal to, now 12 times 5 over 2, that will give you 30. 2 goes into 12 6 times, 6 times 5 is 30. All right. So their total age together, the brother and the sister, when you add the ages together, it gives you 30 years. But we already know how old the sister is now. And we also know, we also then can discover how old the brother is. So what Shuta was saying in the comment section is very correct. Currently now, the brother is 18 years. All right. Currently. So the sister is 12. The brother is 18. Okay. So Benati Shuta was 100% correct in the comment section. But then the question is saying how old her brother was 4 years ago. Okay, so obviously 4 years ago, if current age of brother is 18, then 4 years ago means we subtract 4. And that basically means that the brother's age 4 years ago was 14 years. All right, so that's one way of looking at this question. Okay, that's one way of looking at it. That's one approach. Okay, and that approach is 100% correct because, as I said, by setting up the equation this way, 2 out of 5, by saying 2 out of 5, I am focusing primarily at the ratio. I mean, at the 2 parts that represent Daniela's age, which I know Daniela is 12, but 2 out of 5 parts of what? What is their total age? That's what I want to know or understand. Even currently, what is their total age? So at the moment, I'm able to solve that total age. It's 30 years. They are in total together. If you add the 2 ages together, they are 30 years. Okay. But then what you can do then is you can actually do the following, and that is you can take the knowledge that you have that they are 30 years together, the brother and the sister, that was the now part. But then 4 years ago, if I want to calculate the current age, the age of the brother 4 years ago, then of course 4 years ago means I'm going to subtract 4. All right, 4 years from the current age of the brother, which is 18 minus 4. That gives me 14 years. So guys, it's 14. Okay. We subtract 4 years. We do not divide it because the mathematical logic of brother was 4 years ago. Okay. Calculate how old her brother was 4 years ago. Currently, this was the age we were given of Daniela. So here we got the 18 years as well, which is the current age. When Daniela was 12, the brother at the stage of now is 18. What about 4 years ago? That means we subtract 4. All right. We subtract 4 from 18 years from the brother's age, we get 14. Okay. So that's how we would do this one. But if you go back up, I think Kluta did a very good job. I really loved what Kluta said. You guys follow through with what she did there. She said 12 divided by 2, and then she got that 6. And then she took that 6, then she multiplied it by 3. Then she got the 18 years for the brother. Okay. Then after doing that, she took that 18, she subtracted 4 years. And then she was able to get 14 years, which is the brother's age. So I must say, that was one line. Okay. The 12, she divided it by 2 because the 2 represents the 2 parts of Daniela's age. So 12 divided by 2. She then got 6. All right. But then that 6, she then multiplied it by what? By 3, which represents the parts of the 3 parts that represents the brother's age. So 6 times 3 is 18 years. Then that 18 minus the 4, because subtracting 4 is due to the fact that we are looking at the age 4 years ago. Okay. Yeah. So that's basically what happened there. But like I said, the way I looked at it was, normally we can, when calculating, I mean, this is kind of like the same logic that Kluter applied, just different way of thinking. Okay. So yeah. All right. Oh my goodness, I see my network is doing the flip-flop there. All right, here's a exchange rate question. The rand to dollar exchange rate is 17 rand 50 cents to the dollar. Okay, so $1 is 17 rand 50 cents. Now they're saying calculate how many dollars one would get for 45,500. So once again, the rand to the dollar exchange rate is 17 rand 50. That's 17 rand 50. That's 17 rand 50. That's South African rands, obviously. And then to the dollar. Okay, so $1 is 17 rand 50. Now they're saying calculate how many dollars one would get for 45,500. So how do I calculate how many dollars? What would I have to do, guys, to calculate how many dollars 45,500 rand is? We're going to take that amount, which is 45,500. Yes, and we are going to divide it by 17 rand 50. Very good, your boy Lasedi and Luta, very good. Then we get the amount in dollars, how many dollars we would get. We would get how much? So the answer there is 20 $2,600. Okay, or you can say $2,600. I mean, really and truly, they would probably not really penalize you. You can write the dollar sign, or you can write, yeah. Okay. Okay, nice, beautiful, straightforward, nothing to it. Okay, so exchange rate, very critical, very important. Okay, more beautiful word problems. Susan buys the following items and has 200 rand notes. Has two, so there's a quantity, 200 rand notes. So imagine these 100 rand notes that Susan has, two, to pay for the goods. 2 pockets of oranges. What is it? What is it? What's it? Okay, it seems like there's something we missed there. Susan buys the following items. Okay, and has 200 rand notes, 200 rand notes to pay for the goods. The items she buys: 2 pockets of oranges, or 2 pockets of oranges at 29 rand 90 per pocket. Okay, take note, 2 pockets of oranges. How much? 29 rand 90. Okay, 3 kgs of chicken at 59 rand per kg. 3 kgs of chicken, 59 rand per kg. 3 loaves of bread. Okay, 3 loaves of bread at 13 rand a loaf. And 1 dozen eggs at 27 rand 80 a dozen. How much change will she get after paying for the goods? So of course, if we are going to be able to get the change, there's a few things we need to do first before that. So I see Benati saying there, you add, Ashluta is saying you add the amount of the goods, then you subtract 200, or you subtract from 200. I think that's the correct wording. We subtract from 200, right? Okay, so let's add the amount of goods so that we know that we are getting the right amount. So we're saying 2 times 29 rand 90, right? Because we have said 2 pockets of oranges, 29 rand per pocket. So that's 2 times, plus, so we're saying price of goods, at least total price of goods. And then what else? It exceeded. Well, that's fine. That's fine. 3 kgs of chicken. That's 3 times 59 rand. 3 loaves of bread at 13 rand. That's 3 times 13 rand. 1 dozen of egg, 27 rand 80. Okay, so when you grab our calculator there, we're going to see if the total 2 times 29 rand 90. Let's put that in brackets for ourselves so that we can make sure that our calculator does not fail us. That was 2 plus 3, brackets say 3 times what? 59. We close the bracket, plus 3 times 13. Okay, say bracket again, 3 times 13. We close the bracket, plus 27.80. 303. all of them added will be 129 rand 70. Doesn't seem like it though. Okay, guys, 2 pockets of oranges. Okay, that was 2 times 29 rand 90. Okay, because she is getting 2 pockets. Okay, there's no ways that she will be able to to even. Okay, okay, 3. Okay, so it was 2 pockets of oranges at this much, 3 kgs of chicken at this much, 3 loaves of bread at this much, 1 dozen of eggs at this much. How much change will she get after paying for the goods? She will definitely, in fact, let's go ahead. Let's entertain these people. I have a feeling that most probably in this paper, so the total price of the goods, there was definitely a mistake in this paper, no doubt, but it's fine. Let's just indicate that there was a shortfall so that they can see we know our stuff. So that was 303 rand 60 cents that she has to pay for the items. So we can just explain to them. Susan, 200 minus the 303 rand 60 cents. Let these people understand that we are not. So you entertain them. There wasn't enough money for her to pay for all the goods. Okay, 103 rand 60 shortfall, and we just leave it at that. Insufficient funds. And how much change? No change. Rather, she is in debt. She is indebted to pay the shortfall. Yeah, hopefully, who's this? Susan meets a generous, I don't know, person in the line while she's paying for her goods. That comes and adds an extra 200 rand, or she meets one of those, how there's those content creators that go around and they're like, are you following me? Are you following me? And then they're like, yes, I'm following you. Well, because you're following me, what do you want? Mystery gift, or yeah. So let's just hope that poor old Susan gets an opportunity to do that. But we get the point, guys. Had the error not been there in the question paper, then of course we would have been able to answer the question accordingly. But that's fine. We get the point, right, of the question, and that's what's important here. So let's not become despondent because they made the error in their questioning. It's no problem, but we understand the logic of what they were expecting from us. Okay, Mr. Kobo or Tobo, I don't know, purchased a brand new iPhone 16 Pro. Oh my goodness. On contract for 3 years with a monthly installment of 999 rand, excluding 15% VAT. Calculate the VAT inclusive amount he paid for the device. Mr. Herbo, or Mr. Kobo, or Mr. whatever that name is. All right. Purchased a brand new iPhone 16 Pro on contract for 3 years with a monthly installment of 999 rand, excluding VAT, excluding 15% VAT. Calculate the VAT inclusive total amount he paid for the device. So how do we go about that question, guys? What are our thoughts? Is it just me, or people have run away? Like, literally, like, there's Numbers have dwindled. Have we entered into a zone that people don't really enjoy quite well? Have we entered into a zone of questions that we don't like very well? Word problems. Don't we like word problems? We don't like real life problems. We just want the mathematical problems that basically they don't even make sense. We don't like word problems. Shooter is like, no, I don't like them. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Purchased a brand new iPhone 16. We calculate the number or division. We calculate the number or division. You didn't add oranges. 2 pocket oranges. There they are. I did 2 times 29 rand 90. Dr. Motsamai Malega, you can just help me with my live gold. Because the error is on your side. I did add oranges. So please, I think you because of your error, you can help me with my live goal there. Mr. Motsamai. DR. Doc. Otherwise, thank you, Doc. Appreciate your presence in my life, you know. Like 15 over 100 times. 15 over 100 times. Okay. 15%. Okay, so if we say, so you are saying that we should say 999 times the 15 over 100. That's what you guys are saying to me. So if I find that 999 rand times 15 over the dear 100. Okay, I knew that was going to happen because okay, me is 149 rand 85 cents. 149 rand 85. Okay. So now I can say that so what do I do now? Okay, I've calculated. Yes, that's our VAT. That is our VAT. VAT is the 149 rand 85. Okay, then what after that, guys? Calculate the VAT inclusive total amount he paid for the device. So do I times that VAT by 3 as well? So do I times the VAT by 3 as much as I times this amount by 3 and then add those two together? So I add to the VAT. So I say 999 plus the 149.85. Is that what you're saying? Plus 999 1,148 rand 85 cents. Okay, there we have it. So this is the monthly installment that I'm paying, including the VAT. Then what do I do after that? I love how we're doing this one by one. Then what do I do after that, guys? Calculate the VAT inclusive total amount he paid for the device. The total amount he paid for the device. So is that the end? So it's not like do the cat. What do you mean do the cat? Okay. Okay, so do the end. What do you mean? What do we do to do in the end, Pilasan? Yeah. Yes, this is obviously per month. But so that's the total, that's the month to month payment he makes for the device. But they said the contract is for 3 years. So do you want to then say the total for the 3 years is going to be that 1,148 rand 85 cents, which we are going to times by 3. Which will give us 3,000. Not by 3. By what? Very good. We say 3 times 12. Okay, because months. Yeah? Very good. If it's per month, because this one is, they're saying it's a monthly installment. Very good. So the 3 times 12, that's 36. Very good. No, I'm very proud of you there. Okay, that was a deliberate a mistake for you to be able to actually pull that out for yourself. Because if we said years, then of course that wouldn't make sense. So we times that by 36. Very good. Okay, so 1148,85. We times that by 36. That gives us, guys, after all, it's an iPhone, what? It's new. It's contract. VAT is included. They don't mess around, do they? Are you kidding me? 41,348 rand 88 cents for a freaking iPhone 16 Pro. Aye, guys. Yeah. And some of you, this is what you put your parents under. You want them to pay such. Yeah, icon. No. Sandenisi was like, yo, but that's what you guys do to your parents, don't you? You put them under siege and they have to pay these ridiculous amounts. Some of you are so competitive at school with your friends, and your friends are buying these phones, and your parents fall under pressure, shame, and they have to like cough out their last few cents and buy you this phone because they care about you feeling like you have fit in with the crowd. Okay, do you see, guys? That was 4 marks. It makes sense, right? Yeah. This previous question was 6 marks. And I'm guessing it was 6 marks because, yeah, maybe the error was deliberately placed there because we had to state something. Okay? No change. She will get no change after. You know? And that is something that because we need to be able to talk and argue as well, you know? Mathematics kids need to be people that are also logical and apply common sense. Okay, let's move on. Decrease the amount of 2,055 in the ratio 2:3. Hi guys, decreasing amounts in a certain ratio. I usually say new quantity is going to be equal to the given quantity. If they say decrease or reduce an amount, then it means in your ratio, your small amount will be at the top of your ratio and your big amount at the top. Okay, so the ratio there is going to be a fraction, but the small number at the top, S for small, big number at the top, B, because the question is saying decrease. If it was saying increase, then of course the big number would have been at the top, the small number at the bottom. So the given quantity, 2,055. We multiply that small number 2/3. Okay, The answer should be a smaller amount than this one because the question says decrease. If you don't get a smaller amount, it means there's something that you did not do right when you represented your fraction. So that's what's nice about type questions for ratio. If they say decrease a quantity in a given ratio, it's just nice like that. You can do it. So let's use our calculator just quickly and just see what it is that they want. So 2055, I'm going to say, oh, thank you, no, I don't even have to do it. 1370, because people like no are on their calculator all ready to type. Okay, good job. Next question, the junior question. Who junior obtained 22 out of 30? Guys, hey, see, when you see these marks, you wonder. Junior obtained 22 out of 30 in his first mathematics test and 18 out of 25 for the second test. Show by calculation in which test did he score the highest percentage. So all we need to do here is calculate the percentage of the two tests and then compare them, right? Yeah. So how do we calculate the percentage of something? Especially if we are given it as a decimal or a fraction, we simply do what, guys? We just multiply by 100. We multiply that decimal by 100 or we multiply that fraction by 100. We'll get the percentage for that particular what? That particular fraction. Okay, so first test, got junior, 22 out of 30, you times it by 100%. You check what you got. Second test, 18 out of 25. You times it by 100%. You check what you got. So what did we get for this one? What did we get for this one? (22 out of 30) times that by 100. SD 73%. Second test, 18 out of 25. Okay, so let's just round off to two decimal places. Just for control, just say 73.33%. Then 18 out of 25. 18 out of 25. We times that by 100. We get 72. Ooh, 72%. Show by calculating which test did he score the highest. So first test, 22 out of 30. He got 73.33%. Highest. Okay, obviously this one is bigger than that one. That percentage is bigger than the other. Okay, all right, I think that's fine. Let's move right along. Simplify the following without using a calculator, guys. Without using a calculator. So we have multiplication and we have what? Addition, guys. This is addition. So we must remember Mr. Bodmas. So as we move smoothly, guys, to the next and the next question. 2.5, we convert mixed numbers to proper, improper fractions. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So we have 5 over 2 times the cube root of 8 over 27. So we apply the cube root to 8 because the root can be split if it's division. Plus half. We apply the square, to the numerator and the denominator. 5 over 2 times the cube root of 8 is 2, the cube root of 27 is 3, plus 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4. Right? So that's brackets. Okay? and your orders, your exponents. Right? Division, we have non-multiplication is first priority. So here we can see the 2 and the 2 will cancel. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Now 5 times 1 gives you 5, and then 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 over 4. Now we have addition. So we are here now by addition. When we are adding fractions, we find the LCD. So between 3 and 4, our LCD between 3 and 4. Remember, when we count in 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12. Count in 4s, 4, 8, 12. LCD is 12. Then we set up equivalent fractions of 5 over 3 and 1 over 4. So 5 over 3, remember, if we want to form 12, we multiply the 3 with 4. What we do at the bottom, we do where? At the top. LCD stands for lowest common denominator. It's coming from lowest common multiple. Okay, you want your lowest common multiple between 3 and 4. That's where LCD, why we call L lowest common denominator LCD, it's because we're looking at your denominators. And what we are seeking to do, we cannot add fractions if we have denominators that are not the same. So that's why we find the LCD, or the lowest common multiple, between 3 and 4. So your multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12. Your multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12. So your common multiple between 3 and 4 is 12. Then we form what we call equivalent fractions. Those equivalent fractions must be having both of them that lowest common denominator. So what do we do to 3 to get 12? We multiply by 4. What we do at the bottom, we do at the top. What do we do to 4 to get 12? We multiply by 3. But what we do at the bottom, we do at the top. Then we have 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 4 is 12. Forgot to multiply what? 5 over 3. I don't understand. You forgot to multiply 5 over 3 and 2 over 3. No, I didn't. The 2 and the 2 are common, right? Top and bottom. 2 divided by 2. 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 2 once. So I'm left with 1 and 1. So that means 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 3 is 3. So I have 5 over 3. I didn't forget to multiply 5 over 3 and 2 over 3. It's just that I did multiplication of 5 over 2 and 2 over 3 through the cancellation method, instead of saying, you could, if you want to say 5 times 2 is 10, and then say 2 times 3 is 6. You'll still have to simplify that further, okay, and then get to the answer. So it doesn't matter. Either way, it's fine. Okay, plus, what's 1 times 3? It's 3. What's 4 times 3? It's 12. Final answer. The denominators are now the same. So what we do, we keep the denominator, we add the numerator. What's 20 plus 3? 23. Done. Okay. Step by step, guys. Full marks with step by step. Full marks with step by step. Full marks with step by step. It's beautiful with step by step. It's beautiful with step by step. We show all of our calculations so that marks do not fall by the wayside. We don't want to be losing marks unnecessarily. All marks need to come to us. All marks that are due to us have to be ours. You see, everything that belongs to us needs to be ours. Everything, 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 everything. Our explanation, conclusion, everything. You know, we are not gatekeeping anything. Everything. You know, we're opening the doors. Opening the doors of a level 7, 90% and above, 95. Maths gamers, 95 to 100%. We don't play around, maths gamers. Maths is a game. We don't play around as maths gamers. Okay. 2 to the power 3 times 2 to the power 4 over 2 to the power 2 to the power 3. Laws of exponents. Laws of exponents. 2 to the power 3 times 2 to the power 4 over 2 to the power 2 to the power 3. Okay, remember guys, laws of exponents. Law number 1, a to the power m times a to the power n is equal to a to the power m plus n. Law number 1 of exponents says if you are multiplying same bases, you keep the base, you add the exponents. That's law number 1. Law number 2 says if you are dividing same bases, you keep the base, you subtract the exponents. Law number 3 says a to the power m to the power n. Yes, it's grade 8, guys. Is a to the power m times n. We multiply the exponents. If bases are multiplied and they are raised to different exponents, and there's an exponent on the outside, you multiply the exponents. It's like you distribute the exponent to m, brackets mean multiply, you distribute the exponent p to n, brackets mean multiply. Okay, then important is the fact that in grade 8, any base raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. All right, very, very important. So if you know these laws, then we are good, guys. So if you look here at the top, 2 to the power 3 times 2 to the power 4. Already in the numerator, you have what? The application of law number 1. The bases are the same in the numerator. So what are we going to do if the bases are the same and you are multiplying? It says that we keep the base, we do what to the exponents? We add them. So at the top there, 2 to the power 3 plus 4. Look there at the bottom. At the bottom, we have application of law number 3. What does it say? If we have a base raised to an exponent and there's an exponent on the outside, we multiply the exponents. Look at that. Base, exponent, exponent on the outside, we multiply. So 2 to the power 2 times 3. What do we get now? At the top, 2 to the power 7. What do we get at the bottom? 2 to the power 5. So what do we have now? Bases are the same. We are what? We are dividing. So we apply law number 3. Law number 2, sorry. Bases are the same, we are dividing. What do? We keep Mr. Base, we subtract the exponents. What do we get? 2 to the power, what's 7 minus 5? It's 2. What is 2 squared? It is 4. How? Oh, sorry. 2 times 3 is 6. You, what a mistake. Sorry, guys, my mistake, my fault. 2 times 3 is 6. My mistake, big mistake. Okay, do you see that I also make mistakes, guys? Does that make you feel a little bit better? I hope it does. Okay, not perfect. Not perfect. All right. I also need to still pay attention. 7 minus 6 is 1. 2 to the power 1 is 2. Okay. So my mistake, guys. Sorry for that mistake. That was a big fat mistake. Okay, big fat mistake. So 3 plus 4 is 7 as an exponent. 2 times 3 is 6 as an exponent. Bases, you are dividing same bases. You keep the base, you subtract the exponent. 7 minus 6 is 1. 2 to the power 1 is simply just the number 2. So I hope even Noah, who are saying far, is actually seeing that it's not as crazy and complicated as he thought it was. All right, there's no need to be faring away, you know. Yeah, not everything is far, you know. Okay, 4.3, negative 1 in brackets to the power 3. Odd exponent applied to a negative sign. You apply an odd exponent to a negative sign, the negative sign stays that way. 1 cubed is 1. So we have negative 1 there. Plus 10 squared, that's an exponent. 10 squared is 100. Plus, now, 4 times negative 5. Guys, here, all the way, I'm applying BODMAS. Now, you may be wondering why I actually catered for negative 1 cubed. It's because B means brackets and O means order, which basically means exponents and your roots. So our priority there is on brackets and exponents. So that's why I took care of this. That's why I've taken care of that. But now I'm not going to add 4 to this. No, can't happen. The 4 here is multiplied to negative 5. Going down to in BODMAS, multiplication comes after brackets and your exponents have been simplified. So now I'm going to come to the division, no division. Multiplication is the next item of business. So what is 4 times negative 5? A positive times a negative is a negative. 4 times 5 is 20. Now we are done with the multiplication. We can move on to addition and subtraction if there's any. Can you see any addition and subtraction? Yes, that's what's left. So negative 1 plus 100, it's like 100 minus 1, which is 99. Minus 20 gives you 79. Step by step. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Guys, step by step. Because if you don't do it step by step and you just put it into the calculator, not showing your steps and just writing the calculator answer will not necessarily give you the full marks. So we need to be people that do step by step. Let's come here. Once again, BODMAS. BODMAS, guys. BODMAS. Okay. I knew maths wasn't bad, bro. But you've been thinking it's been bad. Okay? It's not. 3 to the power 4. Okay? Even though they're saying we must not use the calculator, I can at least get what that 3 to the power 4 is. Okay? 3 to the power 4. 81. Plus 17 to the power 0. What did we say about bases raised to the power 0? Anything raised to the power 0 is going to give us 1. Square root of 49. Guys, if you don't know it, you can at least get it from your calculator if you don't know it. Let's say you generally don't know what square root of 49 is. You can come here and say square root of 49. And that's 7. Okay, you get marks for actually making sure that you are applying, okay, your exponents and your roots. So your exponents, 1 mark. Your root, 1 mark. Then your final answer. What's 81 plus 1? 82. What's 82 plus 7? Get a final mark. All right. So these answers, yeah, you don't mess around, guys. You don't mess around. Light. Okay, let's go forward with question 5. Question 5 says Miss Mapuza buys a furniture suite on a hire purchase loan for 18,000 rand. Okay, she pays a 20% cash deposit and repays the remainder of the loan by means of equal monthly payments over a period of 4 years. The interest is 16% per annum simple interest on the loan amount. Miss Mapuza, once again, buys a furniture suit on a hire purchase loan for 18,000. Okay, she buys it on HP. Remember, guys, what is hire purchase? Hire purchase loan is simply what it says. Okay, you basically buy things, but as you buy those things, all right, It's like, for instance, let's say I didn't have money to pay for, let's say I wanted to buy a plasma TV, a very expensive one at that. Maybe it's 20,000 as per the cash price. But then when I come to negotiate and discuss, they like, no, we can sell you this TV at 22,000 higher purchase loan. Like, 22,000 higher purchase. Yeah. But don't worry, you won't pay the 22,000 just there and there. What we can do is we can make an arrangement whereby you are going to take the TV, the plasma TV, take it home right now. All right. We even have our people on standby to actually take the TV for you. Our truck guys are ready to take the TV home to you. But you're just going to have to take it on a loan basis. Okay. It's like you are hiring it. Yes, it's sort of like a contract. So you get into this agreement and then you agree to pay as certain monthly amounts, which are basically determined on the basis of the interest that you're going to have to additionally pay. So yeah, as long as you are making your payments, the TV can be there at home with you and you can actually just enjoy its benefits. But the minute you defer payments, guys, and you don't make your payments, those guys can come as quick as lightning and they can come to your house and collect that item because you are not paying as you ought to. And they can take it from you. Like literally, you can be 10 months into your payments, with a higher purchase loan that is going to take 4 years. You've made those payments. They come and take the item back. It basically, like I said, it's just on hire. As long as you are not finished paying, the item is on hire. Those guys can come and take that item anytime when you defer payments, and they can basically leave you with no plasma TV because, like I said, that item is not fully yours yet. It is only yours after the 4 years. If it's 4 years, you paying, So you must make sure that you pay your monthly amounts if you take things on hire purchase. It's a different case if you go and buy things cash, because the minute you buy something cash, it's yours. You take it home and there's no monthly payments. It's a once-off thing, and you can boast to your friends that thing is yours. And there's no day when maybe you may defer payments and then those guys land at your home and take the item away. Okay, so on my YouTube channel, guys, I have if you search there on my YouTube channel, there's actually short videos that I've done on hire purchase. Yes, very short videos, because it tends to be a topic that many learners they struggle with, but it's basic. So let's check now the question. Determine the cash deposit to be paid. Remember, Miss Mabuza buys a furniture suite on a hire purchase loan for 18,000 rand, but she pays a 20% cash deposit. So they want us to determine the cash deposit to be paid. So that means if we are going to calculate just the cash deposit, we are going to say 18,000 rand and check what 20% of that is. So we're going to say 20 over 100. 18,000 times 20 over 100. Remember, when we write 20 over 100, the percentage does not have to be there anymore because we've converted the percentage to a fraction. So 18,000 times 20 over 100. You grab your calculator so that you can get what that deposit is. 18,000 20 over 100. Yeah, that's 3.6. Thank you, no? That's the deposit. That's the 20% deposit she pays. Okay? Miss Mapuza. Then now they are saying determine the loan amount. The loan amount. Okay? So if we want to calculate the loan amount, okay, remember, we are already told he buys a furniture suite on a hire purchase loan for 18,000. So already from the 18,000, she has paid 20%. Okay, that 20% is represented by the 3.6. So the remaining balance after paying, okay, after paying the 20%, the remaining balance is the loan amount. So our loan amount is going to be equal to the 18,000 rand, okay, minus the what? The 3,600. Okay, and then we are going to get what? What's 18,000 minus 3.6, guys? $18,000 minus 3.6, we get 14,400. Okay, which is very good. 14,400. Okay, is there anything else? That we are actually missing out on? Is that really everything when it comes to loan amount? I'm just checking. Is that it? Or is there more? Balls 18. Is that it? Or is there more? Is that it? Is there more? Is that it? Or is there more? Bam, 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 bam. Miki is saying there's more. As far as the loan amount is concerned. NO says that's it. Mickey is saying there's more. Okay, if there is more, I'd like to know what it is. Now they are saying here calculate the monthly repayments. Okay, so how do we calculate the monthly repayments? How do we calculate the monthly repayments? Okay, just want to return back. Okay, because remember it says she pays a 20% cash deposit and repays the remainder of the loan by means of equal monthly payments over a period of 4 years. The interest is 16% per annum simple interest on the loan amount. So what's very key here and very vital is that A is equal to P 1 plus IN. Okay. Why does everyone ask about long division? Let's just do this quickly. Let's say they said 115, 3, 8. And they asked, what's 1,538 divided by 3? Okay. Then this is what you would say by 3 goes into 1. Does 3 go into 1? No. So that means we have nada. 3 go into 15. How many times? 5 times. Then what do? Say, so sorry, this is not minus. This is just to mean there's no number. 3 goes into 15 how many times? 5 times. Ne? Then you say 5 times 3. 5 times 3 is what? 15. Then what you do, my guy, is you subtract 15. 15 minus 15. What's 15 minus 15? It's 0. You bring down the 3. Okay? And then you ask yourselves, 3 goes into 3 how many times? Once. Okay. Yeah. And then 1 times 3 give 3. All right. And that covers that. Then when we say 3 minus 3, that's 0. Then you bring down the 8. Then you ask, how many times does 3 go into 8? 3 goes into 8 how many times? 3, 6, 2 times. What's 3 times 2? That is 6. But then what's 8 minus 6? That's 2. So that means we have 512. And our remainder, we have 512 remainder 2. I am not going to do long division ever again. Like, I feel like every single time I'm doing a live, there's always some kid that comes through and says, do long division, do long division. Guys, I thought long division was done in primary sufficiently and adequately. People should be so good at it. Not even funny. But I'm telling you, man, I'm telling, if I got R1,000,000 every single time a kid comes here and says, do long division, I'm telling you, I'd be a billionaire right now. I'd be a billionaire right now. I'm telling you, I'd be a billionaire. Okay, let's leave my billionaire status. Let's come back here. All right. So, our remaining balance, all right, is having interest. Okay. The interest is, what is interest? 16% per annum. P is not equal to 18,000, my dear. P is not equal to 18,000. Okay, P is not equal to 18,000. P is not equal to 18,000. I don't know how to explain this, but P is not equal to 18,000. Okay, Mickey is saying P is equal to 18,000. We use the remaining balance to then calculate the interest rate, my dear. Yeah. We haven't learned that method, is it? Is it? Okay. I guess, girl, like it's formulation. Oh, you haven't learned that method. Oh, okay. Okay, and you guys use the SI is equal to, okay. Because that SI is exactly the exact interest. I understand. I get you. Okay, you guys use SI. No, I get you. I get the whole SI. But there's the other. Okay. So maybe if that's the case, maybe I can allow you guys to, because I feel like we will deviate in the method that we use. Okay. I'm not an avid fan of SI is equal to PRT. I get the SI is equal to PRT. That's the interest. I get it. I get that one. I get it. Oh my goodness.